The TSC series is back. Yesterday, the 13th of March, saw the first shoot in the 2019 TSC series, the Oxford Schools Challenge. It proved as popular as ever, with dozens of school-age boys and girls travelling to the Oxford Gun Company to compete, either with their school team or as individuals. The event's open to anyone under 21 and in full-time education, and there was a wide range of ages represented on the day. All of them have their eye on the big prize, the 2 MG cars on offer, to the top boy and top girl of the series. Sponsors MG and Lodge Hill Garage gave away 2 MG3s last year, and they've just confirmed that they're backing the TSC series again this year. So once again there'll be 2 MG cars to be won at the grand final at the end of 2019. That's still a long way off, of course, and we've a whole qualification series to get through first to decide who's in the running. Yesterday's shoot was the eagerly awaited first of those qualifiers, and what a day for it. Spring was in the air and the rain held off all day, but with Storm Gareth battering Britain, the wind was something else. The refs were being very fair with no birds, but even so, with wind like this, the targets were bound to be unpredictable. Take a look at this pair, an overhead followed by a right-to-left crosser. This is what it's supposed to do. But this one caught the wind and took off vertically. She certainly did well to hit that one.
I would have given you that as a no bird, but we hit it anyway, so.
Not surprisingly, the average scores were down a bit on previous years, but the top youngsters coped well with the tricky conditions. And by lunchtime, we already had some scores in the 40s on the board. Here's 12-year-old Dylan, who had travelled up from his home in Cornwall to compete. A 5.5-hour journey each way.
Last year, I had a little go at it, but I had a gun that wasn't working that well. But now I've come back up, good working gun, and we've given it another shot. Yeah, I do skeet, which I'm doing Cornwall tryouts for, and I do a little bit of game every now and then with Dad. I'm not the greatest shot, but we thought we'd give it a try, and I feel like I've done reasonably well.
So how did you get on, do you know?
Yeah, I think I shot 41.
That's pretty good on a day like today. What were the targets like with this wind?
They were a bit everywhere as well, because you had one, no one was the same. It was a bit difficult, but...
Yeah, but you coped with it all right, did you?
Yeah, it's not different to Cornwall.
Then it was time for the afternoon squads to tackle the course. After the usual briefing, they headed out to the stands, and again there was some impressive shooting on display.
Got quicker and quicker, mate.
As they finished, the shooters took refuge in the barn and checked out the Yieldits guns on display as they waited for all the scores to be counted. At last, with all the scores up, the winners emerged. Darcy McBride topped the Prep Boys category, with Dylan from Cornwall in second place. He received his prize of Winchester cartridges from Browning's David Stapley. Philippa Stroud took the Prep Girls title.
Yeah, honestly, I still can't believe that I managed to get first, so it's all overwhelming.
That's brilliant. Not the easiest conditions today. How did that work out?
No, the wind was just throwing the clays all over the place, and it was just sort of a lot more difficult. All clays were going in different directions for every pair you'd shoot. But what I did was good enough to get me first, so I can't wish for anything more.
Top in senior girls was Chloe Applin, with a phenomenal 46 out of 50. She won the car last year, so she's out of the running for the big prize this time. But nevertheless, she's back competing in this year's series.
It was interesting. It made some of the targets quite tough because you couldn't really predict where they were going to go sometimes. And I had on one stand, I was ready, pulled the trigger and saw the target just go, and it was too late. But yeah, it made some stands quite difficult.
Have you done much shooting over the winter?
Yeah, I've done a bit. Yeah, trying to kind of do as much as possible, really. Just doing kind of the registered competitions, getting a bit of practice, doing like a little bit of like DTL, and yeah, mainly focusing on the sporting. But
Okay. We're going to see you at some of the big championships this year, do you think?
yeah, hopefully, yeah. I'm doing the selection sheets for Sporting and Fit Task, and going to try and do as many of the kind of major ones as possible. So, yeah.
Senior boys high gun was Toby Staveley Parker with 47, just one more than Chloe.
Yeah, pretty happy with that, especially with the windy conditions. So nice to get a decent score today. Well, I've grown up living on a farm, so I've been shooting pretty much all my life. And then I started shooting at Bloxham 3 years ago. I joined the team there and haven't really looked back since.
Toby's terrific score helped his school, Bloxham, to second place in the teams category, and they collected their prizes, including a Bowman trap. Abbotsholme was the top prep team, while Breedon School took top spot in the senior teams. All in all, it was a great start to this year's series, with some terrific shooting in difficult conditions. You'll find the full results on the TSC Facebook page shortly. Next week, we're back at the Oxford Gun Company for the TSC University Championships. So keep an eye on this channel for our report from that one.